Hey, YouTube. The SPFBO number 9 is over. We have a winner. And you can see the finalists here, and we scroll down to the leaderboard. You can see that these 10 marvelous blogs that have given us all of this effort and all of these, well, just here, 100 reviews, but many more before that in the first half of the contest. They have decided that Murder at Spindle Manor is our champion. And it has to be said that Hills of Heather and Bone was trading first place back and forth with Murder at Spindle Manor for several times during the last week, and was pipped at the post by 0.05 points. And then if we scroll down, we can see that third and fourth place, and fifth place, and sixth place, they're all very close to the first place score. And in fact, Master of the Void, although it came in 10th, is only 1.35 points behind Murder at Spindle Manor. That's a very commendable score. And on the list of all of the finalists ever, that score puts Master of the Void ahead of about 25 other books that were SPFBO finalists. So all of the books on this, I think this is the tightest final we've ever had, and all of the books on it, the judges liked very much and are worthy of your attention. I have secured my own copy of Murder at Spindle Manor. I'll be reading that in the near future, giving my thoughts on Goodreads. And we have the marvelous selfie stick. You're not competing just for the honor of being top of that board, but this artifact will be winging its way to Morgan's stand. It's a generic wand now, just so we don't have any controversial associations. Yes, so as always, while we're celebrating the latest champion, shouldn't have thrown that on the floor. I should be waving it around lots. Um, we're also thinking about the next contest, which starts. It doesn't start very soon. It starts on the 1st of June, but the doors open for contestants on the 10th of May, which is in a week. And this year we're having a slightly different approach because the entire contest filled up in 40 minutes last year. And given the progression on that, I wouldn't have been surprised to see it fill up in like 5 minutes this year, which would just have been silly because uh, those 5 minutes occupy different time slots around the world, and we don't want people having to get up at 3 in the morning and wrestle computer systems. Plus, when a time slot is that tight, simple things like your internet was down or slow, or a myriad of small crises could delay you for a few minutes and just prevent you entering. So I felt it was more humane to have the doors open for 24 hours, and we'll just collect as many entries as want to sign up. And I suspect it won't be like thousands, because even when it takes 40 minutes, you see that the vast majority of those come in the first few minutes because they've been well prepared, and then it tails off quite quickly. But we'll see. We'll see how many come in, and I will just on the form that fills up as people subscribe. I will just hit the randomize button and take the top 300 entries, and those will be our entries. And the other ones will not get in and can try again next year. So that's the system we're going to employ, and we'll see how it goes. So if you've got a self-published book, fantasy book, it really is a fantasy book, it really is self-published, and it's a first book in a series ideally, or a standalone. But if it's further down the series, then it's got to work as a standalone. And if it doesn't, you're just not going to do very well. Then submit it. The form is on my official self-published fancy blog off page, and there's it will be linked here, and you can see all the rules here, and you can see who we've got judging the upcoming contest. Before I do that, I'm just going to jump to this graphic here, which is the finalists. It's the champions for the last 9 years. So you can see Murder at Spindle Manor has just joined there. And I have speculated in the past that when we had 10 of them, we could do a special sort of champions league. That, though, would require all 10 champions to want to take part, because I'm not going to enter any book in a contest without the say-so of the author. So we'll see how that goes, but it would be a fun thing to do. Yes. So next year, we're going to have 8 of the same bloggers we had this year. And we're going to replace 2 because we always get a dropout. Typically, it is about 2 a year because it's an awful lot of work, and people want to get off that treadmill. And anyway, so this year we are saying goodbye to Bookborn, who's done marvelous work this for SPFBO 9, and we are saying goodbye to Becky M, who is also and she's put in quite a long stint for SPFBO. So huge thanks to her. And we are replacing them with Kitty G Books, who is a YouTuber who has worked on SPFBO before, several years. It's got about 15,000 followers. And Captured in Words, which is a channel run by Jay, and I think that's got like 100,000 followers. So that's a nice addition to. Because I always, when I ask for people who want to volunteer, obviously I value all the volunteers, but I want to serve the contestants as best I can. So the higher the profile of the volunteer, the better. And I just encourage people who want to sign up to read the rules. They're not complicated. There's not a vast number of them. I think the only new rule we've got this year is that none of the manuscript you hand in should have been written by AI, for obvious reasons. But if it's not in the rules, then people may not realize. Right. What else did I want to mention? Oh, just that you should go and buy Murder at Spindle Manor and the other finalists. And you can see here that it's people on Goodreads like it too, and it's getting up there in the ratings numbers. And that on the day of the champion, of the announcement of the champion, then there was a great spike on its stats on YouTube where hundreds of people over several days added it to their to be read list, and I encourage you to do the same. So I think that's all I've got to say. Sign up for SPFBO 10 and get hopefully one of these when you become a finalist. And keep watching the contest, keep supporting it. It really helps everyone involved if the people who are watching it talk about it and help boost the signal. And a lot of the people who are watching it and talking about it are themselves some of the now about 2,700 authors who have put their books in over the past 9 years. And yes, you're helping yourselves and everyone else if you boost the signal a bit when you see SPFBO posts and announcements. Right, I'll leave you to it, guys. All I need to do now is hunt for that button that is hidden away, allows me to stop.